Section 10, credit card. Okay, well, this is actually the first section among the three financial sections. Okay, Section 10, credit card. Section 11, mortgage loans, and Section 12, what is that? 401k retirement plan. Okay, so this is a first section from the series of the financial sections. Okay, so we talk about credit and credit cards in Section 10. Okay, so let me assign the pages we will cover in today's class. Okay. So this is on page 129, okay? I want you guys to read through this, the whole page, okay? Read through the whole page and also work on these practice questions, okay? Yeah, so entire page of 129, page 130, entire page, page 131, on the bottom of this page, please read through the discover part only. Page 132, entire page. Yeah, this is a connect part, but we'll still do it, okay? Page 133, entire page. Page 134, entire page. You are reading through the discover part. You're also going to practice this, credit card question, okay? I would say question 1, A, B, C, D, E, question 2, right? So the entire page 134. And also on page 135, I want you to do the question 3. Yeah, question 3 is fill out the table, okay? How do you fill out the table? Depends on the calculations from the previous page, okay? So when you did the first 2 questions, you come to this question 3 and fill out this table, okay? Yeah, only question 3 on page 135. Page 136, self-practice. Okay, Excel self-practice. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. So let's go back to page 130. Okay. Yeah, we're going to look at the credit cards and the financial charge, okay, page, okay? All right, I'm going to ask a volunteer to read the entire screen for us. Any volunteer? Kathleen?
A credit card allows an individual to borrow money on a short-term basis to pay for goods and services with the promise of payment in the future. Credit cards afford individuals a great deal of convenience by removing the need to carry cash for purchases and providing an opportunity to establish a favorable credit history. Let's consider the finance charge on a credit card with a balance of $1,000 and an APR of 16.99%. Credit card companies are only allowed to charge the user borrowed. They compute the finance charge based on a daily interest rate, the APR divided by 365, for the number of days that the money is in use. However, to simplify our calculations, we will use the monthly interest rate, APR divided by 12.
Also the box.
The lender will not charge a finance charge if the entire balance of the credit card is paid before the monthly due date. In addition, almost all credit cards have a grace period in which no interest is charged between the purchase date of an item and when the bill is received.
Okay, very good. Thanks so much. For credit card, let me ask you guys, do a quick survey. How many of you guys have a credit card with you? I mean, not with you personally, but you have a credit card.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a credit card, so you know how to use credit card to pay your, purchase and also later pay back the credit cards, right? If you don't have a credit card, that's fine. So after we learn today's class, you will see how important for us to pay as much as possible for our balance, okay? Okay, so this is how the credit card is working, okay? How it works. Most of you guys have the credit card, you prepaid, okay? Groceries or whatever, gas fee or whatever, okay, by using credit card, okay? And later, at the end of each circle of a month, they give you like a day that they give you a due date. you're gonna pay for those amount of money that you, well, I would say we pay for our purchase in advance. We're kind of borrowing money from the credit card company. So they give us a deadline each month that we have to pay them back, a due date. Okay, and then they will give us a total balance. Okay, you can pay. Or if you don't have that much of money, enough money, you could only pay for the minimum payment, or you can pay for like some percent of the total payment. Okay, so here is the thing. If you pay for your entire balance by the due date, you will not be charged for any financial charges. Those financial charges are so-called interest that, the actual money you have to pay for the credit card company, because you're borrowing money from the credit card company to make your purchases in advance. Then later you return the money, pay the money back. Okay? Well, I know a lot of people do not have enough money to pay for the entire balance. Okay? If you pay for the entire balance by the due date, you're good. No more charges, no more extra charges. Okay? But if you only pay for half or like part of the, the balance, you have something left over, right? That left over, the credit card company will charge you some so-called financial charge. That's some extra money from you. Okay? So the lesson we learned after we learn today's class is you will see every month it's better to pay for as much as possible, okay, of your balance. I would suggest you will pay for the full, but I don't think everybody can do it. If you cannot pay for the in full, then the best in full, pay as much as possible. Then you will have a smaller leftover, so you won't be charged that much, okay, extra money. Okay. All right. So everybody understand the idea, right, about the credit cards? You know that. Most of you guys have the card, okay? Okay. So here on this page, there's one thing was mentioned. It's called what? APR. Okay. What does APR mean? APR was mentioned from the previous page 129. Okay. And on the bottom of page 129, you will see APR is what? It's called annual. It's an annual rate. Okay. Annual percentage rate. Okay, yeah, this APR, so for example, 16.99% is what? A monthly rate that they will charge you what? For financial charge. Okay, yeah, 16.99%. So for example, in this question, APR is 16.99 means the annual percentage rate for the financial charge is 16.99 or 0.1699. Okay, however, do you pay for your credit card balance each year, every year? No, we pay for what? Our credit card balance each month. Okay, so this APR is annual rate. So during the calculation, we're not using APR directly. What do we use? We're using the monthly interest rate. Okay, how do you get a monthly interest rate? We use APR, which is annual rate, divided by what? 12. Okay, then we will be able to compute what? The finance charge. Okay, yeah, finance charge. Okay, all right, so let's move on to look at how to compute finance charge. Okay, finance charge. In this example, it says annual rate is 0.1699, so monthly rate should be annual rate divided by 12. So this question, it tells us 0.14158, okay, or this percent, this is a monthly rate, okay. Well here, note, convert percentages to decimal form before they are used in the calculation. Do not round the values off until the end of the calculation. Why? Why do not round until the end of the calculation? Because sometimes you want to get a most accurate answer. We don't round, so that's why we want to keep as many digits as possible during the calculation. Okay, then eventually we can get a more accurate answer. Okay, so that's why here it says do not round until the end of the calculation. Okay, well here, how to compute the finance charge? Okay, here we're going to compute finance charge like this. Okay, so for example, if we owe the credit card company for $1,000, okay, for a whole month, okay, is the monthly interest rate times the balance. Okay, so finance charge equals what? the balance we owe times by what? The monthly rate. Okay, yeah, I would say this is not a called a principal, but this is the money we owe, okay, $1,000 times by this monthly rate, which is, we computed 0.14158, and then we multiply them up, give us what? $14, what? 16 cents. This means if we owe credit card company $1,000 for a month with annual percentage rate 0.1699, so just this month we'll have to pay for this extra money for $14.16. Okay, this doesn't look very huge, but if it accumulated every month they charge you that much, think about that. It's not a small price. I don't think so. Okay, so that means if you only owe credit company for $1,000, so some of you guys may even owe more. Okay, if you owe more, they may use a penalty APR. We'll talk about it on a refund very soon in today's class. This rate will be very high, like 29.99, like almost 30%. Okay, and then your financial charge will be very large. Okay, so that's why I would suggest that if you have a credit card, they give you a balance and then give you due date. Pay as much as possible. So your leftover, which is the money you owe the credit company, is less. So you will pay what? Less of the finance charge. Okay. All right. Now let's look at questions 3, 4, and 5. Everyone. Compute finance charge for carryover balance. What does carryover balance? We didn't pay for that much, right? This is a leftover, okay, from the previous, the balance, okay, of $1,650 with APR 29.99%. How to compute a finance charge? Any suggestion? The money we owe times by what? The rate, right? Monthly rate. So what is the money we owe? $1,650, right? So what is the monthly rate? Annual rate is 0.2399. Okay, well, divide by 12. That gives us the monthly rate. Okay, so how to compute this entire thing? We use 1650 times by what? 0.2399 and divide by what? 12. Okay, try that and tell me your answer. Okay, please run your answer to the cent. Okay.
32.99.
Yes, 32.99. Okay, $32.99. So please leave me question 3 and try question 4. It's the same type of problem. They just change the APR. What do you get? Tell me, please.
21.99.
Oh, 21.99. So, question 5. What difference did the lower APR make in the finance charge? Have you noticed? Same amount of money we owe. Higher APR will lead to what? A higher finance charge. Okay? Lower APR will make what? A lower finance charge, okay? So the conclusion will be what? What difference did the lower APR make, okay? So how much money lower? 32.99 minus 21.99 is how much dollar? How many dollars different? $11 lower, right? So the lower APR, okay, resulted in a decrease in the finance charge, right? By $11. Okay? Yeah, so we know same amount of money, lower APR will have what? Lower finance charge. finance charge for us is not good because that's the money, extra money we owe, okay, a credit card company. Well, they like the finance charge because they charge us more. Okay. Everybody, so far so good for the APR finance charge, how to compute it? Now, let's turn to page 132. Credit card and fees. Okay, I really like this section because you will see, okay, we're going to use very soon we're going to look at the Jennifer problem, okay, yeah, so we'll feel, okay, how the credit card is paying it works, okay. Okay, so we have this great table. I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this table because this table tells us what? This gray box tells us typical credit card agreement from a major credit card company and then with the customers, okay, with us, okay. So whose turn? Even?
The APR 15.99% may vary monthly. Penalty APR up to 29.99% depending on your credit worthiness. If you make a late payment or exceed your credit limit, we may increase your APR to penalty rate. Your current APR, your payment history, and your general credit history determine this rate. Late payment fee $35, return payment fee $25, over limit fee $39. Cashback rewards. You earn a full 1% on all purchases after your total annual purchases exceed $3,000. Purchases that are a part of your first $1,500 earn 25%, and purchases that are a part of your second $1,500 earn 0.50%. Credit limit. Your credit limit is based on your income and credit history and will be at least $500. Minimum monthly payment, $20 or 5% of your new balance, whichever is greater.
Okay, very good, thanks. Okay, let's go over some of the, information from this gray box, okay? So everybody know that if you have a credit card and then you use your credit card and make a purchase and then you pay the money back, you earn your credit, right? Your credit score may be high, maybe low, right? So that you earn your credit, okay? Credit. Well, here, not only you earn your credit, when you use credit card, you will also get what? Cashback. Okay, so how well this cashback reward works in this current problem, it says, okay, we will earn a full 1% on all purchases after your total annual purchase exceeds $3,000. What does this mean? Means during this year, if you have already used a credit card, for a purchase of over $3,000, then, the money that exceeds $3,000, say for example, if you buy another $100 except for the $3,000, that $100 you buy through the credit card, they will give you a cashback for what? 1%. That means $1, right? Every $100 you pay, okay, they give you what? $1 back for cashback. That's after you spend already $3,000, okay, then they give you 1% cashback. Okay, now how about the less than the $3,000? The first part of the $1,500, you only earn what? 0.25%. What does that mean? What is a 0.25% in decimal number? It is 0.25%. So in decimal number, it is 0.0025. This means for every $100 that you earn, you multiply that $100 by what? 0.0025. That's going to be your cashback. I'm using $100, but it doesn't mean every time you spend $100. You may spend a different amount of the money. But for the first $100 accumulated, every penny that every dollar you purchase, okay, they will only give you $0.0025, which is 0.25 cents. Right? Yeah, well, I would say $0.0025 for your cashback. That's very tiny, okay, very tiny. Then you accumulate your purchase for $1,500, right? And then the second $1,500, you earn what? Cashback with a rate of 0.005. That's is very tiny, okay? Very tiny, okay? This 1% is 0.01. Okay. Well, I don't like this credit card because I'm not sure whether, what credit card you're using, but the credit card I'm using that for every, expense that they gave me 1% cash back. So it's not a first $3,000, 0.025, the 0.25%. It's 1% for every penny I'm spending. Okay. So I have a Discover, I have a, what is that? Bank of America, you may have a different,
That makes me like my credit card a lot more.
This one looks like,
That looks awful. Like I get like 3% cash back if I'm paying for school. I have like a student card.
okay.
I get like 1% on gas and groceries and all that.
Which card are you using?
It's called Pedal.
Oh, I don't
It's a
know.
Visa, I don't know.
Okay, Visa, okay. But this is horrible, okay?
That sucks.
That's really like nothing, you see. Well, I'm not saying nothing, but we'll see, okay, this Jennifer question. This is barely earn nothing, okay? Okay, but this is not a very good, good one, okay? So you may have a better one. For me, I'm okay with 1%, cash back. Every purchase that I'm making 1%. But the Cassidy said she has a even better one, 3%. Well, 3% is
If it's for school.
if it is for school.
Yeah, it's a student card.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, there are some other things. Okay, the regular APR is 15.99. Means any rate. Regular APR is this for finance charge. But if either you make a late payment or you exceed your credit limits, they will charge you more. That's called a penalty APR. Okay, and then if you make the payment late, extra $35. Okay, every time you're late, they charge you this, late payment fee. And then we do use a return payment fee in our question, okay, so we don't have to worry about that. And then over the limit fee is then an extra $39, okay. Well, how to pay for the monthly payments, okay? Jennifer has a, option. Well, she could return, pay as much as possible, but her option, you will see whether her option is good or not. She only decide to pay the minimum monthly payment. You will see whether that's a good choice or not, okay? Minimum monthly payment is how to compute it. Either $20 or 5% of your new balance, whichever is greater. So at least you have to pay for $20. Or what? 5% of your new balance. Which one is greater? You pay for that, okay? Say if your 5% of new balance is less than 20, you pay 20. If your 5% of new balance is over 20, you pay for this 5% of your new purchase. Okay? So this is the rule for us to compute these questions. Okay? Everybody clear about the rule? Okay. Now let's jump to the question C, the Jennifer. Okay? Jennifer question. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask a volunteer to read the question and question 1, A and B. Any volunteer? Oh, Kristen?
Which one are we? Number 1?
Yes, suppose Jennifer and then number 1, A and B.
Suppose Jennifer has a new credit card with the above rules. Her credit limit is $500. She purchases $195 in school supplies at the beginning of the month. Jennifer pays only the minimum payment the month of the purchase, no finance charge in month 0. What was her minimum payment and what is her carryover balance?
Very good, thanks. Okay. Well, she has a new credit card, and then her credit limit is $500. Okay. So everybody know what is credit limit. Okay. When you have a credit card, they tell you what is the limit. Your purchase cannot exceed that. If you exceed your credit limits, they will charge you more, like over, exceed a fee, over limit fee or something like that. Okay. So usually we make this caps our purchase, okay? We have to make sure our purchase cannot exceed this amount, okay? All right, so she purchased $195 in her school supplies at the beginning of the month, okay? Well, only pays the minimum payment the month of the purchase. No finance charge in month 0 because she doesn't have any carryover from month 0 from the even previous months, okay? So question A, what was her minimum payment? The minimum payment depends on what? Either $20 or what?
5%.
5% of her new balance. What is her new balance?
195.
195, this is her purchase, right? Her purchase. So, in order to find out the minimum payment, we need to find what? 5% of the $195 and see which number is greater, okay? So let's compute 195 times by what? 20%, 5%, which is 0.05, right? Can you tell me a number?
975.
$9.75. Okay, so what will Jennifer's minimum payment be? Just $9.75? No, because this amount is less than 20, okay? So her minimum payment is going to be what? $20, okay? We choose this one, okay? We compare which one is greater. This one is greater, okay? What is her carryover balance?
175.
Yeah, she owed the credit company for $195 by now, so far, okay? And then she decides to pay for the minimum payment, which is $20. So her carryover, okay, or leftover, I call it, or whatever, okay, will be what? 195 minus 20 give us $175. So this will be her carryover balance from month 1, okay? So can we fill out the table as well? Carryover is what? $175 that she have not paid yet, okay? And this carryover balance, the credit card company will charge us what? Finance charge, okay? You should pay for $195 because you made a purchase for that, but you only chose to pay $20. The carryover balance, they will charge you finance charge, okay? Question 2, compute the table assuming she will, again, will only make the minimum payment and she makes no new purchases. Compute monthly finance charge. What will be the monthly finance charge? Amount owed times by what? Monthly rate. Remember we did that practice question, okay? So $175 times by, what is a monthly rate? What is the current APR in this question?
$15.99.
$15.99, 0.1599, right? Times by 0.1599 divided by what? 12.
$233.
233, round to the cents, okay? 2 digits, okay? Because this is money, so $2.33, okay? So the finance charge is some extra money she has to pay for, so that's $2.33, okay? In this question, it doesn't say that she has any more, what? New purchases. So new purchase is none, okay? Or you feel nothing, okay? So does she has to pay for other fees like a late fee or over the limit fee or any extra charge? No. So far she only need, she has to be charged for the finance charge, okay, that's it. But no other fees. So what will her new balance be?
177.
Yeah. Add up the 175 by what? 233, right? So it's going to be 177.33, okay? So new balance here is 177.33, okay? Now let's look at the minimum balance this time, okay? This will be based on the new balance, okay? Yeah, the new balance is this, okay? And then she will again only make the minimum payments, okay? Minimum payment means either $20 or 5% of the new balance. So what is the 5% of the new balance? Let's compute it. 177.33 times by 0.05. What do you get? how much? $8.80. This is still less than $20, right? So the minimum payments will be what? $20 again. So minimum payment is $20. Okay. And then if Jennifer only makes her minimum payment, what will her balance be as a start of the next? What will be her carry over to the next month? What will that be? 157.33. Very good. Everybody clear about what we're doing by now?